What's going on, people? Johnny Nomad here. Welcome to Johnny's Corner.
Honey, give it one more chance. Where are you, honey? Give it one more chance. Where are you, honey?
Yo, folks, it's that time again. It's New Year's Eve. What are you doing? Making resolutions. I tell you guys a lot about positivity, engagement, and patience, and you do have to remove a lot of people from your circle, as sometimes they're just not right for what you're doing. But other times, we tend to have maybe remove people that we just had disagreements with that wasn't positive or negative towards us, but we just didn't like their comments or engagements. And it comes down to family members, really. And this can pertain to friends as well, but definitely I'm talking about siblings and their parents and vice versa, parents and, their children, and not because it's just the holidays or anything like that. It's just a matter of, what the fuck? Like, we really have to look at what makes us happy and how do we grow as a person, No doubt, I do have family members I don't speak to, so I don't want you thinking that, hey, I'm all, perfect or anything, because it's far from the truth. But there's some family members that I have re-engaged with, and it's been good. The relationship has been better, and you have to consider that, especially if it's a parent. And don't get me wrong, if your story comes to a part where your parent just abused you or took you to a different place where there's no coming back, I totally understand that. I totally get that. This is more for the people who got into a disagreement or argument over something so fucking silly, and you stop talking to this parent, or if you're a parent, you stop talking to your child, and you just wasted a whole lot of fucking time. Respect is huge. And it's just not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. And as a parent, if you disagree with what your child is doing, you can voice that. It's your opinion. You can let them know. But at the same time, too, it's their lives. And you have to allow them to live their life. And no doubt as parents, we want to make sure we protect our kids and, they're avoiding certain mistakes that, we can probably assist them with. But some people have to go through it themselves. I have a child like that. And, but on the other hand, too, can you make up with that person? If you stop talking for years, I know you missed them. You missed them. But of course, that pride comes in because I'm not going to call first, right? Or I'm just going to let it sit and see what happens. You can't do that. Listen, this is the first engagement you have with someone in your family. And it was an engagement to where it was just some silly shit. Call them, text them. There's nothing wrong with making the first move. Who gives a fuck who makes the first move? Because what's going to happen is that something tragic is going to happen that will probably want to bring you guys together anyway. And you lost so much fucking time. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense to me. I do have my certain ways. Some of my family members I do have their certain ways. And if it doesn't fit into what I'm looking for to add to my family, then I have no problem not talking to you. But if I know that I miss you and I love you and I enjoy your company and your movement into my family, then I'm going to go ahead and reach out to you. I have no problem with that. I've done that in the past. You know what I'm saying? But now, when you have parents involved to where the respect level isn't there, this is where you have to really figure something out, because as an adult child and then having a parent, the respect has to be there regardless of anything. And a lot of times we tend to think because we are grown or because we are of a certain age, that makes us grown. Then you have people who are at the cusp of, they haven't not stopped talking, but the relationship is just totally fucking broken, or is becoming that way to where you can't suggest nothing to that person because right away it's a fight. It's something that they know and they had to go through. The struggle with that is that everybody loses because everyone's pride comes into play. The whole respect thing, people expect to get respect, but you have to give it as well. Like I said, it's a two-way street, right? But if you don't work at it like anything else, you're not going to know if it makes sense to continue the relationship. People have disagreements all the time. And it shouldn't be to a point to where you just actually disown someone. That should probably be last resort instead of that's the first thing you do. But we tend to be so involved in everything else in the story that we tend to not think about the feelings and understand it's a moment in time. Like I said, I do understand the fact too that things do get tough to where you can't talk to that person no more. Feelings are so strong. You've been disrespected, not once but many times before, and I get that. Then that's when you do have to make a sound decision to separate yourself from certain people and disown them as a whole. But if this is not your case, I do encourage you, call that person. Call your father. Call your mom. Parents, call your son. Call your daughter. Siblings, call your brother, call your sister. Because you're missing out on each other's lives. You're missing out on the value that you guys bring together as a whole. If we watch a lot of television and movies and you see families on TV, they seem to be perfect at times. And nowadays, the movies tend to, they try to get as real as possible with people arguing and bickering. But even then, still, it's like, we have to really be solid in our thought process of how we want to grow our family and be inclusive. It comes down as well to that understanding and knowing that as a parent, right now as a parent, my kids are getting older. And they don't need me as much as before. So now I'm just on standby. So whenever they need me, they're going to call me and I got to be there for them. And that's what I have to do as a parent because they have their own lives that they're developing and they're going to wind up getting a significant other and it's going to take up more of their time. The whole goal is to get these kids out the house, right? And then now I'm wondering, how come you don't call me? But then again, you can't be upset. So when you do get the phone call, you just have to be happy and accepting of it and then make plans with that person to see them. It's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's fucking difficult because it just is, man. There's a lot of feelings involved. There's a lot of things that probably weren't what he said. I think you have to give the people opportunity to really speak so that you can really understand where they're coming from too. Like, perspective is everything. And if you just assume what that person was thinking, maybe sometimes words get mixed up. Sometimes the delivery of words definitely affects, your reception of those words, and you're looking at that person like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, you know how stupid you sound? And I totally get all of that, man. I totally get it. I'm just saying that you have to make a decision and try. Just try, Reaching out is not gonna, you're not a fucking punk for reaching out. Doesn't make you a fucking sucker or nothing like that. But not reaching out while you're still thinking about this person, it's gonna hurt you every time, because now you're just, like I said, you're wasting time. You're losing time. There's no getting that back. Especially if it's a parent, because you do have grandchildren. And listen, parents are not exempt from fucking up, okay? Parents are people too, and they fuck up. And if they fucked up in your past, you have to look at now, have they changed? And are they putting forth the effort? And you have to grow up too and be like, damn, you know what? Mom or dad wasn't really fucking there for me, but now, look at them now. They've changed. And start accepting them for who they are now. If you still have issues about what happened in the past, then talk to them. Let them know how you really feel. Let them know, yo, you fucked up. You did XYZ. Dad, you left. Mom took care of XYZ. Or vice versa. Mom, we love dad more because you fucking was spaced out, and you were there physically, but mentally you was not with us. So get that off your chest. You know what I'm saying? And there could be tears, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a highly emotional time at that time of just confessing and telling your truths about your perception and what you went through. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to allow that person to feel it, to digest it. And if need be, if they need to apologize, allow them to. And don't say, hey, the apology's too late. Doesn't make a difference. They're willing to apologize because now they see your side. And then you have to listen to their side. And you can call their bullshit if you want to. I totally understand that. But just take on their side for a little bit. And remember, people are all wired differently. Even if we do come from the same genetic pool. I've done that, like I said, plenty of times. I've done that with my father. We are now developing a relationship, and it's growing. And I'm enjoying it. And I've spoken to him about the past and how it affected me. And he has apologized. And that's it. And I don't bring it up. It makes no sense to keep on rehashing something. It's not going to change the outcome. What happened already. But now he understands how I feel. And again, like I said, it makes no sense for me to bring things up, because now we're in a different space. We're trying things differently. He's getting to learn who I am as a man. I'm getting to learn, who he is as a person. And then I have to try to allow him to be a parent as well. And I'm giving him that respect to do so. And I'm taking in the insight that he can provide. Will you have some painful moments because you're still trying to bite your tongue, you still want to kind of bring up those times? Then that's when you need to really get a fucking psychiatrist. Go to a counselor and kind of box that out with the counselor. So your relationship can thrive with your child or your sibling. You know what I'm saying? Or your parent. It's really something that I think people should just engage with, just to see what happens. Especially if you have children involved, because now you're looking at they're missing out on their uncle or aunt, missing out on their mother or father, or grandparents at that point, so you really have to consider that. But it has to be valid. It has to be valid to you. Once you become the cornerstone of your own family, and you're known to be steadfast and strong, and then people witnessing you give in and show some vulnerability, it's okay to show that. It's okay to show that, hey, I'm going to give Mom a call. It's been 2 years. I'm going to give Dad a call. I disrespected him 3 years ago, and I think I should make amends. Like I said, once you do that, you have to start moving forward. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that it's going to be all hunky-dory and you guys are going to be kumbaya and shit right away. I'm not saying that. But it's a process. It's a learning process for both parties. It's setting up boundaries and learning those boundaries, and sometimes people are going to go over them and you have to push them back a little bit to let them know, hey, this is a boundary of mine. And sometimes that learning process can be frustrating because you're like, yo, if you was in my life from day fucking one, instead of missing out on so much shit, you would fucking know that I don't like cheesecake and you bought me this shit. Or I'm lactose intolerant. What the fuck did you get me this shit for? And believe it or not, little things such as that triggers your head again to these past memories, and it gets you pissed off again. But again, you chose to try and make the relationship work, then that's when you have to say, yo, thanks, I appreciate it. But I'm lactose intolerant. I can't have it. But I'm going to give it to somebody who's not. But thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. As a matter of fact, why don't you come over for dinner, lunch, or whatever, and I'll show you what I eat. And that becomes another discovery question and time that you guys could spend together with. And those are the special times. For some reason, as adults, we become so fucking stubborn and pig-headed. We just refuse to be open. We give a tons of advice to other people what to do and not to do. But then when it comes to us, right away, we're looking at, hey, I'm not doing shit. Fuck that. I gave in to the process. I gave into the process, and it was frustrating. Now I understand who my father is, the type of man that he is, which I never had to got to know him as a person. And now I truly do respect and appreciate the man that he is. So when I call him Dad, it's not falsified. It's just not because I'm calling you that name out of respect. I'm calling you that name because that's what you are now. And again, you're going to have one good parent. You might have one bad parent. One parent who fucked up, one parent who did well. But you owe it to you. You owe it to yourself to fix and resolve the issues that you have with that person. And let's say you make the phone call and nothing comes out of it. At least you put the fucking effort into it. You'll have some needed closure, possibly. You know what I'm saying? And it may even bring a fucking family together in a time that it may need that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes to have that elder in the family kind of does balance a lot of stuff. And when you have a parent that you're working with to better relationship, it also feels good to know that baton is going to be passed down to you. Or they're already handed over to you. It's like, I'm here. I'm still top dog, but you're running the show. Here you go. This is your family now, and I'm going to watch from the sidelines. I'm on the bench, so if you need me, you just put me in the game. But you're never going to experience that if you don't make that phone call. if you don't send that text, if you don't reach out, you can pour all your energy out into a journal. You can send that person a lengthy, proper email for them to read. Or maybe you can just meet up with that person in a place where you guys are alone. Sometimes you may need to have a third-party person there that can keep, the energy at bay, because things, discussions can get heated and the energy level will rise to a negative space, and that third party needs to be very neutral, and they have to contribute to the effort that's trying to be made. But I just want you to ponder about that. Really think about that. Grasp the idea of that happening. This may be even with the fucking ex-spouse or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where tensions was really high, but your children will benefit from a better relationship. Relationships are hard, man. They're not meant to be easy. Every day I'm trying to figure shit out. Every day is energy being put into something. And sometimes you feel like it's being wasted, no doubt. Sometimes you get surprised by what happens on the positive side. But you gotta stay positive. You gotta really think, man, this person can fit in my life. This person can do this. It's funny because I'm on Instagram and I'm just looking at people's profiles. Once in a while, I'm scrolling through Facebook, just reading people's posts, and I'm not trolling. But, it's no different than your people watching out in the street. Like, just watching people and how they're working, how they're talking, how they're moving, what they're wearing, and you're just trying to grasp the situation at the moment. And I do the same thing on IG and Facebook, and I see a lot of the same comments from a lot of the same people. And a lot of times they're inspirational comments, or motivational comments, and sometimes they're original from that person, and they're organic, and sometimes, actually most of the time they just copied and pasted some other shit. And then the New Year's comes up, right? Just like it is, and they want to make change, or they're going to kick someone out their life, or they're going to put someone back into it. And then there's a whole list of, they better do X, Y, they better do this, or they better do that. And, I need them to do this, need them to do that. And it doesn't work that way, people. You have to put action behind everything. You can pray on fixing shit, but you need action behind it. You can meditate about fixing shit, but you need action behind it. You need effort. Respect, again, is given only if it's given back. It must be reciprocated. Now, if you're the type of person who just can't let go of the past, and you can continue to badger this person, then you do have a deeper need for more proper counseling. And maybe this is not the right time for you to engage with that person if you're going to continue throwing shit in their face. Listen, they fucked up. Or maybe you're the one that fucked up. Right? And you're like, okay, I deserve it. If you want to hit me another couple of times in the stomach, go ahead. But then you're gonna get to a point like, hold on. Listen, I apologized. I recognized. I took responsibility of my fuck up. And you still want to hit me with this whenever we have a disagreement? That's fucked up. And that tells me you're not ready to move on. You have to let go. I'm not saying forget, because it happened. You can't erase your fucking memory. But I'm saying you have to move on. You have to just let it go. Let it sit where it needs to sit at. It's going to be on the shelf, and it needs to start collecting dust. You haven't thrown it away. That emotion, that feeling is still there, but it's buried somewhere. It's buried in the back. Now you're starting from scratch and you're creating new positive memories. That's what needs to happen. You have to start making those positive memories with that person. And you can't go in just with a mindset of carrying this luggage and baggage with you, waiting for the right time to just start a fucking argument. Then that means you're just false. You're just a fucking true bullshitter. You're not really wanting to fucking really engage with that person. That means you're just as fucked up as they are. Because now you want to get them back. I never get the whole thing of getting someone back for some shit. You know, because no one wins when people go back and forth that way. When you're having that negative energy, you want to get back at somebody, guess what? The negative energy comes right back to you, because that person's going to come back to you. That's what fucking gang members do. You disrespect my shit, you kill my boy, I'm going to kill your boy. Guess what? Oh, you kill my boy, I'm going to kill your boy. And they're constantly killing each other. And that's what family members do. They do the same exact thing, but in an emotional type of way, instead of the physical. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to be not sure. It's okay to take your time in that process of talking to whoever you want to talk to again. It's also okay that you decide, nah, I've been there, try that, and I'm good. I'm really good by myself, and I don't need that person in my life. I have a couple of those in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. It's okay. And I always have made amends with a couple of people in my life, and I'm for the better for it, and it's great. And I recognize my faults as well. But just think about that as you go into the new year. You're making all these fucking resolutions, and you just paid your fucking gym membership and shit, and you're talking about how you're gonna probably go to church more, and you're making all these bullshit promises to yourself you're not gonna keep. But really look into that relationship piece, that broken relationship, to where, man, there's certain times you kind of wish that person was there. And like I said, try it out. Try it out, guys, and see what happens. Well, this is Johnny Nomad from Johnny's Corner. You guys, it's been amazing like usual. Go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube on Johnny's Corner. I'm also on Instagram or IG on Johnny's Corner. You know what I'm saying? And just go ahead and follow me. You'll see new updates. Pep Talk, P.E.P. Talk, is coming out early next year for 2018. Definitely a book to read and get you moving and get your positivity, engagement, and patience going for the new year, and making things happen. So I'll let you guys know exactly the release date when that comes up. We should be looking for it earlier in the first part of the year, and get that going. I'm currently still writing that out right now, so look out for that, guys. Pep Talk, get you guys going. Happy freaking new year. You know what I'm saying? Make some shit happen, man. The positive side. Start building new relationships with your family. All right, guys. Peace.